Merry Christmas, everyone. I know it's not technically Christmas. Shut up. I'm creeping up on 1,000 subscribers as I write this, and I will very likely cross that by the time this video goes up. I want to say how truly humbled I am. You've all made this so much more rewarding than I ever dreamed. And for Christmas, I decided I wanted to give a little back to you all. So, starting out, I'm going to be shouting out a bunch of people. Lots of people. Too many people. Yeah, that went kind of awry, didn't it? Starts out with just a few shoutouts, but then cut to a couple days later, and it's literally over 100. But you know what? I'm happy to do it. This is a wonderful community we've built together, and the only thing I regret is not being able to shout out every last one of you. If I promised you a shout out in the video and it doesn't happen, that was a complete mistake, and I'm sorry if that happens to you. I plan to avoid it, but there's always a chance I could screw it up. I am utterly fallible, and there are a lot of places for me to mess this up. Next on the docket, there will be a special little Christmas giveaway in the video. Don't get your hopes up too high for what it will be, but stick around through the video if you want a chance to get it. I wish I could do more than just what I'm planning, but I'm a limited man with a limited budget. I hope no one will be too disappointed if they aren't the lucky one at the end of it all. I am grateful to every last one of you, from the people who subscribed since the beginning and left 3 comments on each video, to the people who only ever watched a single one of my uploads and didn't engage with it any further. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't say it enough. I'm going to try to do these shoutouts in a couple distinct groups. Bear with me, guys, there's going to be a lot of them. Many of them aspiring YouTubers themselves, and guys, it would mean a lot to me if every single one of the people I shout out in this video could get just 10 new subs on their accounts. I can't promise that anyone is going to listen to me and go out and sub to any of you, but please, for Christmas, help me give this gift. If you don't have any posts or haven't posted in years, I'm not going to bother to link to your account. I don't want anyone to get discouraged subscribing to any of the active people because they clicked on like 3 accounts that have never posted in a row or something like that. Let's start off with a few shout outs of many to come. First up, the young man who actually gave me the idea to do these in the first place, Grandpa Bly. As a Christmas gift, I'm going to be doing a little voice work as Sideswipe for him in an upcoming video. Look forward to that because I will probably be terrible. Next up, we've got Omegatoysproductions. Then we got Tyler, or @name+not_found on Twitter, all in neat. After that, Bry wants me to say hi, so hi Bry. Then we got TheGreatMeme Gaming YouTube. After that, we've got Lego Sister and Brother Minecraft from the country I just found out was not in fact called Bosnia, but Bosnia and Herzegovina. Seriously, 2/3 of the name of that country never gets said by anyone. And even though this technically should be the last of the shoutouts, I'm going to put the Czar of Games here, so there's no chance they don't find out they're getting one. Sorry for telling you that this wasn't happening, dude. That was my mistake. Anyways, on to the review. So you may be wondering what I meant when the video said G1 Deco Megatron. Well, this is what that meant. Dear God, he is shiny. Your eyes do not deceive you. This is chromed out like nothing you've ever seen. You might be noticing the gloves. So, the reason this is so glorious is because I had my little brother paint this figure with an airbrush using Stuart Semple's mirror, the most reflective paint ever devised. Unfortunately, this stuff is sticky and very easily damaged, so I will be treating this very cautiously. You may just see me ruin this thing by the time the video is over. Some of you are probably screaming at me that I should seal the paint, and that would normally be a great idea, but we've tried doing so before and it just sucks the life out of it. Seal this and it's not even half as shiny as it was before. So, this is the Siege Megatron everyone knows and loves. I'm sure you all have some level of familiarity with this one. This is kind of the best Megatron out right now. Look at the face on it. It's hilarious how on the original figure the face was the brightest part, but with the new paint it has become the darkest one. You know, aside from the actual black stuff. Anyways, about the actual face. It's just so wonderfully, perfectly Megatron. It makes you wonder why they thought ruining it would make the Earthrise version look more G1 accurate. Many people hate the battle-damaged paint jobs, and we seem to have actually added to it with weathered fists. That was a complete accident, just like the paint on the front of the knuckles that came through the holes in his forearms. Posing this guy is real hard right now. He's got pretty solid joints even when they aren't covered in paint, aside from his ankles, and manipulating him only by the unpainted black parts of his plastic is very much not a fun exercise. To be fair, that's not the biggest deal. Posing on the Siege Megatron was one of the lowest in the line. All of his limbs really only pull a 90 at their best, so at least the ultra-dynamic poses were already out of the question. I always hated the stoppers on the backs of his hands that prevent you from getting them out all the way straight. I don't think that I'm going to transform this one on video. That's probably a bad idea that will destroy the paint job. Good thing I have the other one right here. Yes, this one was our first attempt at the concept. As you can see, it was done with a normal paintbrush, and it shows. There are brush streaks all over it. We tried and tried, but we just couldn't keep them from forming. It didn't matter how nice the brush was. Also, you might notice the shine factor is way down on this one. Yeah, we actually sealed this one, and that cut down on the shininess immensely. That's how we learned not to do it this time. But I think this did come away with its own wins in comparison to the other one. For starters, I can actually handle this thing without ruining it. It's also awesome that it gets to keep the red parts. I really do think the airbrushed version lost something for the lack of them. Down to his accessories, I can actually put the fusion cannon on his arm and take a look at the other gun. It turns out there's only one screw holding the blades on the gun, and I don't know about you, but I think this looks better without them. Rather than being a sword that's too bulky to ever be useful, coupled with the fact that he doesn't have wrists that allow him to swing it like he should, now he's just got a decent looking gun. Seriously, I think this improves the look tremendously. As for the transformation, I never really cared for this one. It's not the parts forming like you'd think, though I actually do think that removing the blade from the gun made the whole thing slightly less satisfying. No, what I actually don't like is the legs. Sure, the way they work is pretty clever, but they're also just kind of annoying. Remembering the exact order of operations is a little harder than would be ideal, and they have a bad habit of pinching the shit out of my fingers. So this is his tank mode, and while it's not as glorious looking as it could be if I were to transform the other, I still think this looks shockingly good. Personally, I'm a fan of extending the front flap of the tank to make it more line up with the end of the treads, so it minimizes the H-tank look. Though, it is a space tank, and that is an acceptable look for one. While I think removing the blades and attaching the gun is less satisfying, I think it actually improves the tank, as now it allows you to use some subtle depression on the turret. But go too far and it begins to look silly. Ultimately, I think this does just give you a more fully functional tank. This is a good figure. Definitely better than the Earthrise. Anyways, notice how I have two of these. For Christmas, I'm going to give away the sealed one you can actually transform without destroying. The one I'm keeping is going to have to go into a glass case, but the sealed one you can actually play with. I will be sending it with a regular non-dismantled sword, so you can make the decision if you want just the gun for yourself or not. So the way this is going to work, if it all goes correctly, I will post this video earlier than normal at 12 o'clock a.m. on the 23rd. From then until 12 o'clock that night, anyone who comments with the phrase much want, that's much want, M-U-C-H space W-A-N-T, anywhere in the comment will have a chance to win. You can even comment only the words much want and you will have a shot. I will then use a random number generator on the 24th to determine who gets the figure. On Christmas Day, I will contact the winner with the shipping address for the Christmas gift. Don't worry, I'll be the one who pays for the shipping. The winner does not need to pay anything. But to avoid the Christmas shipping hassle, I will not be sending the package until January. However, if you make multiple comments with much want in them, in an attempt to increase your odds of winning, I will only count the first one you made all day. The others will be ignored. One entry per person. I also ask that please, if you already have a Siege Megatron, let people who don't have one be the ones to potentially win it. Now, on to the astonishing number of shoutouts, and please, help me get each of these people 10 new subs at least. Links to all the accounts in the description, as well as shoutouts to people who requested ones after the deadline was crossed where I stopped taking them. I had to record the audio for this at some point, and I couldn't just keep adding names and recutting the video until it was released. Also, to be clear, I literally didn't deny anyone who asked for a shoutout, and I didn't go through and check to make sure that none of these were about things like how to cook and eat babies or other such terrible nonsense. So, if it turns out that literally all of them are about how to cook and eat babies, I'm not making a statement that that's what you should do or anything like that. Don't go looking through these and try to determine what my worldview is what I'm saying. To keep it interesting, I try to liven up all the shoutouts with quips. I'm not trying to insult any of the people in them, I just didn't want the giant list of names to get too boring and have people click away without hearing them all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got 100 of these to do. First off, I'd like to give a shout out to Walter the Hoarder's daughter, Yukina. You two stay close through your love of Transformers always. Next, we got longtime loyal subscriber Diego Leon. He demands the title of my biggest fan. You must defeat him if you wish to claim it for yourself. So then we have PulseAnimations, followed by Nice Boy Feast. I knew it! Baby Eaters! That was entirely coincidental. I had no idea this would come up so soon after talking about all the baby eating. Shouting out Ratchet Ventriborg. He doesn't have a channel, but he wants a shout out, so he gets a shout out. Iron Thanos 21, an aspiring YouTuber who is looking to get better at his craft. Hicketts is God, a loyal, long-time subscriber and a Parrot sports fan. Monologi robatch, purveyor of fine 3D printed upgrades and YouTube videos. 123 Plush Gamer, maker of videos rarely longer than 30 seconds. TheGreatSoundwave, a man of great taste. Soundwave rules. Phantom Films, he does not film Fantas. This was a tremendous disappointment to me. T-Fanpage 101, he is significantly bigger than I am, and he is very funny, evidenced by the fact that he's having me shout him out. I am living in an alternate reality where big YouTubers ask small YouTubers to shout them out. Please send help. Why do people love Foxy? I don't know. Why do people love the Wreckers? White Tiger Quest. Can anyone live up to a name that epic? Potato Hat. Those don't work for hats, dude. Ark. Been here since the beginning. You might recognize him. He looks like a jacked Barney. Bzerko. Is that like a bad version of a berserker? You know, I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and it gets everywhere. Seinfelony. This is your brain on Seinfeld. Goldfire 299. Are the things I'm saying annoying yet? Because I'm only like 1/10 done. Hello to Theodore Mills. Have a good Christmas. MrFedoraFilm. 40 subscribers, no videos. I wish I was that good. Like, how do you get so good that you don't even do anything and people go, damn, I need to subscribe to that guy? The Infinity Block. Is that like a Minecraft reference? Dark Chaos. How you doing there, my guy? Nexus8846 Productions. One of my oldest and most loyal subscribers. I say that like I've been around for years, not months. Dr. B 1717. Are we getting that from the same video? Shout out to Christian Menjivar. Have a good Christmas. Trigggerr. How else are you supposed to read 3 G's and 2 R's? Dragon Gamer Ill. Or is that IL? Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. Gule 500. Fledgling YouTuber. Ladies Man 217. I assume that's a reference to the 2007 movie. Aryav Semwal. I hope I pronounced that right. Realm of Rokwandia. I would have never pronounced that correctly if you didn't tell me how, and I probably still didn't. Skelly! How do you want me to say that? It has an exclamation mark in it. Adults only channel. Nerclodius. He's an artist and he has an Instagram. I do not have a link to that. Either I never got it or I lost it. I am very incompetent. Merry Christmas to MarsBar921. If you like Among Us, then you might like the Sour Kiwi Dude. Katie O'Brien. Been here longer than most. I won't forget. SD/Productions198. Another YouTuber much larger than me. Is this an effect of the Berenstain universe? Frenzy Films. He seems unrelated to the Decepticon, but that's what they'd want you to think. Insert cringy YouTube name here. I feel like this is a direct attack on me. Wheeljack and TechWiz Productions. Are we talking Prime Wheeljack? Because if we are, we might have a problem. Teflego98. Pronounced TF Lego, but I prefer Teflego. Vortex TF. That's right. One of the Combaticons watches my videos. What have you done with your life? SuperPawnageGigan. That is a cluster of words I never expected to say. How are you doing there, Ignite? Liam Ferris. I am running out of mildly funny things to say, Liam. Aiden Elliott Perriot. I am assuming I butchered that. Primus Reviews 015. Does not make videos. This does not compute. Hello to Hayden Mounts. There are so many more of these. Merry Christmas to DRD Productions. Gonzal Vids YT. Help me, Gonzal. I need more material. Hello to John Goals. I can only be funny for so long. Just a average cassette player would like you to follow them on Twitter. Nothing suspicious about this average blue and silver cassette player. Here we go, Jetco. Jet KO? Transformers, the man. Is this like Portugal? No one gets the joke. You can follow Jacob Pug on Instagram at JPAesthetic. I have no idea how Instagram works. Sup Tenkai. For a second, I remembered this being one of the last shoutouts I was going to do. I was horribly wrong. Growing YouTuber Cliffjumper Studios needs your subs. Good day to Draven K. Mr. Super Springtrap Friends. I'm assuming that this is a Five Nights at Freddy's thing. Seabass. Hashtag I like the Transformers. All of that was his name. A Christmas shout out to Tommy V. And one to Ben Stott as well. Venom X Studios. I got one question for you. Eddie Brock or Flash Thompson? If you answer Eddie Brock, I don't know that we can be friends. Hot Rod did nothing wrong! Merry Christmas to Nuke Ends and their cat Skeletor icon. Isaac P. How do ye be on this Christmas Eve? Good day to Joanna79719. Hello there, Jake Anderton. Bernie_games. He doesn't play games, he makes reviews. Shout out to Na Puri Hey Does Stuff. They want you all to know that while they don't make videos yet, they plan to start in the new year with a review of Transformers Prime. Good day to Paul Hanratty. Phantom Arceus. Is that connected to RC at all? Bergen08. Your handle sounds like an 1800s pistol. He carried his Bergen 08 in a holster on his hip. Hello, John John. I'm surprised you managed to secure that name. Blakerton Productions, a growing YouTuber who needs more subs. That is a very evocative name you got there, Golden Inferno. Let's get Koala Time 66 more subs. What do you all say? How you doing there, Razor88? Does anyone remember Razor scooters? Merry Christmas to Ethan Carlson. Your name is too normal. How am I supposed to work with this material? It's the Dylan wall, y'all. It's a wall made of Dylans. I'm tired, okay? Hello, Samuel Annabelle. I can see the end of the list from here. There were so many. Moth Reverse did a completely unrelated shout out to me just the other day. What are the odds? Thank you, man. My guy, how am I supposed to say this? Merry Christmas to Aki, Fatal Boy 793. Poor boy, he has been fataled. SK560 needs your subs, and a name you can more easily say. That wasn't too mean, was it? Air Filter Child. I feel like that's inhumane. I like your style. I hate Megatron 216. Was that a name you took out of Starscream's diary? Lieutenant Cliffjumper literally got in just under the bar about an hour before I closed the shoutouts. And that's the end of the verbal shoutouts. All accounts you can find linked in the description, as well as anyone who requested a shoutout after the cutoff but before the video got posted. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you all enjoyed listening to me waste your time.